Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the ballistic changes that it seems like everybody is talking about right now. Reddit, Twitter, streamers, YouTubers, doesn't matter, man. You're going to see it somewhere, and if this is the first time you are hearing about it, I'm going to do my best to kind of break it down in the simplest form possible, but I'm not going to go too into detail about it because mainly, I just want to share my thoughts, what I think about it here today. So as always, make sure you guys are dropping that like and to subscribe to the channel. Let's hop right into this one, man. So basically, with the newest ballistic changes, a level 4 and armor class 4 helmet, such as a Ulach, will survive most ammunitions over 100 meters. More specifically, it seems like around that 80 meters mark, you're going to be surviving headshots, and that's pretty insane to think about. The fact that I can't shoot somebody in the head at 85 meters with a round of M855A1, and maybe I even penetrate the helmet, but it doesn't do enough damage to kill them is kind of insane. I've been playing Tarkov for over 2 years now, and that has never been a thing before. To me, AR sniping has always been a really good time. I love using a Lone Star or even a really kitted out M4A1 and just sniping with it and long range killing. It just feels really good to take a long range engagement, especially if you actually get into a really good gunfight with another player. It's like, you know, reposition, then engage, then reposition, engage, and whoever finally hits that one tap, it's a really satisfying gunfight between both of you. And the fact that even if you do hit that headshot now, you won't die if you hit them in the head is kind of insane. Now, given this is with an Armor Class 4 Ulach, but don't get me wrong, Armor Class 3 helmets at, I think it's 150 to 200 meters, also have the same effect because of the damage fall-off with most ammunitions. Now, I highly suggest you guys watch OnePeg's video on this because I thought he did a phenomenal job on fully breaking everything down. I don't usually redirect you guys to other channels, but I thought his video was very well done, and even though I am giving my thoughts on it, if you guys want a bigger breakdown of it, he did a phenomenal job on it. So getting back to it, my thoughts. I really am kind of saddened by this change because, like I said, using the 5.56 weapons to take long-range engagements is actually extremely fun. I'm honestly not a fan of the bolt actions. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing stopping me from using an SR-25 with M61s, but at the end of the day, it's just not as enjoyable for me. The, thought that I can go full auto in a close quarters engagement and then switch right back to semi and take a long range fight with a Valday and a canted sight with a PK06 is really nice and satisfying to me, but if I have to use an SR25 with M61, I don't really want to take a close range engagement with that, even if I do have the canted PK06. I'm going to be wasting a lot of M61 at a close range when it might not be necessary. So it's really going to affect those players who like to take those long distance fights. Now, if you are somebody who likes to fight close quarters and use some machine guns, you've been using the UMP lately, it's not really going to affect you too much. But for those players like myself, I really do think it is kind of a bad change. And bad change might be the wrong wording there. I think it's a little steep. I can't really find the right word for it. Excessive. I think excessive is the right word. I think 100 meters is just not okay. I think, I understand what they're trying to do here, but I do truly feel like even 150 meters, that would be a lot better. I just feel like, 80 to 100 meters is kind of a standard engagement distance for a lot of AR fights. There's certain maps, Lighthouse, Reserve, Interchange outside, some portions of Customs, Woods, the entire map there. It just seems like there's a lot of long-range engagements, and the fact that you're going to be surviving those headshots, kind of takes the enjoyment out of using a scope with certain weapons. It's just my opinion. Obviously, not everybody's going to agree with it, and maybe this is something it's going to take some getting used to, but I have noticed lately shooting some players in the head 100% with M856A1 because they have the tracers there, so I know those bullets are penetrating or at least hitting, and they're not dying. I've noticed it a couple times already, and I just thought it might have been desync or I might have hit the thorax somehow. But it does seem like now that all these, changes have fully came out and been broken down, and now we have all the damage values and everything, it just seems like it's just not a fun change. And Tarkov's not supposed to be fun. I understand that. It's a hardcore game. It still has to have its gameisms, but at the same time, it just kind of seems absurd. So usually I agree with a lot of things BSG does, and don't get me wrong, 12.12 has been a phenomenal patch, but this is one of them that, for me personally, does kind of hurt to see. I just love those long-range engagements with 5.56 and even 5.45. You know, the fact that BS ammo is completely useless now, it seems like, at anything over 100 meters to an Armor Class 4 helmet is kind of insane to me. So that's where we're going to leave this one off. If you enjoyed the video somehow, shape, or form, leave that like, man. It's greatly appreciated. It helps the YouTube video a lot more than you might even think, really. Anything more than you can imagine. The algorithm is a very strange thing here on YouTube, so that like is greatly appreciated. Comment what you guys think about these changes. If you're new around here and you made it this far in the video, I'd appreciate you sticking around and hitting that subscribe button so you get more content from me. And as always, sponsors and equipment in the description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for stopping by today. I'm out.